What's up, Planet Pokey? It has been a while since I've been here, and maybe you have changed, and maybe I have changed. Who knows what really has changed among either of us? But regardless, here I am having an RU battle versus some guy that actually I don't know how to pronounce his YouTube name. It's there on the team preview, so you guys can see it and go check him out if you want to. I mean, it's up to you. But as you can see, my team is actually going to be a Robotnik is Sexy team. For those of you guys who know Robotnik is Sexy. Yeah, basically that's the team. It's the rain team that he used to love to use all the time in RU, and now he kind of moved on to a different RU team. However, I still love to use his RU team myself, so, you know, it's pretty fantastic, and he always throws down some of his team sets and stuff to me so I can use them if I want to later on. Which is awesome. He's a pretty cool chap like that. But right here I decided I'm just going to go ahead and set up the Rain Dance. And yeah, basically he's going to set up the Stealth Rocks. I'm going to set up the Stealth Rocks here, as I'm not sure what he's going to go for. He's going to go for Mega Horn. Not sure if he was predicting a switch or something right there. So since I'm actually going to be able to keep my Aerodactyl, I'm going to go ahead and switch here. As he is now going to go for the Rock Blast. Expected me to keep an Aerodactyl or probably something like that. And thus, I am going to go for a Surf, and yeah, he got 4 times hit on that, so did plenty of damage, but, you know, I am a Seismitoad in Rain, and I am deadly. Now he's going to bring in his his Mesprit. I almost said Mischievous, but, you know, it's obviously a Mesprit. And so, yeah, Psyshock is going to be able to KO me pretty, you know, quickly. I mean, you know, leaves me with 1 turn of Life Orb damage, which is not good, and I could have predicted the switch here, but I was just not even wanting to care at that point. And Surf is still going to hit whatever it can on his team pretty hard. So it's not a big deal losing Seismitoad, especially since, you know, I do still have my Ludicolo just chilling right here. And really, you probably should have predicted the switch here or just gone for Hydro Pump overall. But I didn't want to risk, you know, Hydro Pump missing, because I actually think that Hydro Pump might have KO'd, and I do have the Wide Lens to try and prevent Hydro Pump from missing, but that doesn't always exactly work out. However, now he's managed to stall out my turns of rain, and this Moltres is going to come in, and unfortunately it is actually pretty threatening. So I am going to go ahead and switch here, as, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. He's going to go for the U-turn, so I probably could have stayed in, probably being able to take a U-turn or something like that. Now he's going to switch to Primeape, which is obviously Choice Scarf. And I have nothing to do but let my Aerodactyl die, sadly. Fortunately for me, however, I do get to bring in my Aggron and essentially just, you know, more or less set up a Autotomize. But unfortunately he does have Death Fodder in the way of Mesprit, which means I can't set up 2 Autotomizes, or otherwise I'd be pretty safe, pretty set, and being able to do plenty of damage to everything. Unfortunately, yeah, that's not the case, so I'm going to have to switch here as he goes for the close combat. And as you can see, my Mandibuzz takes it really, really nicely, which comes into play a little bit later in the match, believe it or not. As I believe I can actually take a Stone Edge as well, even if I'm not at full health. So I am going to go for the Roost here. And I'm going to heal up. And now this Lantern is being a Lantern and chilling and doing Lanturny stuff. Right here, I'm going to go for the Toxic, which was a pretty risky play if he actually had Toxic himself, because that could have shut down my Mandibuzz later game, as you will see, but it's not going to matter this time because I hit the Toxic, he goes for the Ice Beam, no freeze right there, which is great. I can Roost, and here he's going to show that he has the Heal Bell. So he either has Heal Bell, Ice Beam, Scald, and then Toxic, but chose not to use it, or he doesn't have Toxic and he has like Volt Switch or something, which is possible. So I'm going to bring in my Ludicolo, and he actually does carry the Volt Switch. So that means he either doesn't have Scald or he doesn't have Toxic. The question is, which one does he not have? And unfortunately, I think probably at full health I might have been able to take the Fire Blast, but because I did take that Volt Switch, I am going to sadly die. But, you know, this is actually my match if I just brought in Scolipede, but I was kind of curious to see if I could get myself out of a seemingly tough situation, so I decided to leave my Aggron in here to die. as, you know, essentially he was forced to have chosen to do either one or the other thing with his Primate, and either way I could have taken it out easily. So yeah, I was just kind of curious. I figured, why not? Let's give it a try. He's gonna go for the Stone Edge, gonna hit. So yeah, pretty much it's all up to Mandibuzz at this point. So I believe in Mandibuzz, and actually I believe that I can actually take one Stone Edge as long as it's not a critical hit and fire off a Brave Bird, and I am faster than that Lantern as you saw earlier, so you know, gonna manage to hit the Brave Bird KO, take a lot of damage from recoil, but that is kind of the nature of going for the Brave Bird. Now comes the fun part. The we're going to outstall the Lantern that has Heal Bell, which is actually possible because he has Heal Bell, and that only has 8 turns, as I have like 16, well not fully 16, but I have somewhere along the lines of, I believe, at this point 14 plus turns of Toxic still left, and I still have plenty of Roost left. So I don't know why he's spamming Ice Beam as opposed to Volt Switch. I'm guessing he's going to try and hope that he's going to freeze me or do something along those lines, get lucky, and that would actually be bad. I'm going to taunt him so he can't Heal Bell, because, you know, now I can obviously easily outstall him. And this, in theory, should be coming towards the ending of the match after like 2 to 3 turns. But, wait a second. Ice Beam. Okay, I take damage. I also get frozen, when you believe it. So, yeah. Here, at this point, because I am frozen, if he spams Volt Switches, I could potentially die if I don't unthaw. I mean thaw, not unthaw. I'm already unthawed. I'd like to thaw, but he keeps spamming Ice Beam. I'm not really sure why. Maybe he's expecting me to thaw out quickly. Something along those lines, and he just wants to try and bait the Freeze Axe. But unfortunately, my taunt is going to wear off. I was going to go for a taunt had I thawed out this turn, and I actually would have won had that been the case right at that point. But would you believe that this is going to go on for a few more turns? And he keeps spamming those Ice Beams. Like, I don't know why he's not spamming the Volt Switches. Volt Switch, honestly, at this point would be pretty much, you know, guaranteed 2-hit KO, or maybe even an Oko if possible. But, yeah, so it looks like my days are numbered, my days might be up, except I thaw out, so get the Roost, get lucky, and basically I can proceed to attempt to stall him out as long as he doesn't get freeze or crit with Volt Switch or anything like that, which could obviously be a very bad thing to happen to me. So I'm going to go for the Toxic here, and I'm going to try and outstall him again. He gets a Scout, goes for and gets a crit. Fortunately for me, though, he doesn't get the burn, otherwise that might have been GG at that point, and I mean, what else can I do at that point? So now I'm going to go for the Roost again, because I'm just trying to stall him out, as I mentioned earlier. This is kind of, you know, stally towards the end. I do apologize for that, and yeah, I hope you guys basically enjoyed this battle. It's winding down. Basically, I think he takes 2 more turns of Toxic, and then I just Brave Bird to finish him off. I go for the taunt here, so he can't Heal Bell, because otherwise he might, you know, be able to make this an even longer battle, but, you know, because I taunted him, and because I'm going to, I believe, either Roost or, yeah, I'm going to Roost here, and because I'm not sure if Brave Bird will take him out at that point, since I don't have Attack Investment. And then this next turn, after this, he's going to go for the Volt Switch, not going to do that much damage because of me roosting, and basically, he is going to die to a Brave Bird as the ending, because at this point I know a Brave Bird will KO him. So I hope you guys have played Pokey enjoyed, and if you did, come check out my channel. See you guys later!